Hi, I'm at the Hampton Inn. There's a big lineup of bikers out there. You might hear them here. I guess I'll show you. Well, okay, there was like three times as many bikes. I guess they all pulled out, so they'll be gone soon, I'm guessing. I I've been kind of manic lately over the past couple months, or at least manic with how I like present myself publicly on social media. Like I'm not always having the best time, but like when I'm in like having a hard time with my life, it's like hard to find the time to for an energy to make a video, so you don't really get to see that. But all in all, it's been pretty good, and there haven't been that many bad times. And like the reason I've been kind of like so manic and always in a good mood is for two reasons. One, starting the trucking um, industry career is like kind of like boot camp. It's like you get challenged and pushed every day, and it's like kind of like clinging to like a good attitude and good vibes to like give me the strength to get through that hard time. And also, it's because this is like pretty much like the happiest I've ever been in my life. And actually, if it wasn't for this cat thing, I'd say everything is a-okay, honky dory. Josh is a happy boy. He has everything he needs for now. Like I always say, nature never hurries, yet everything gets done. I don't I'm fine just driving a truck for the next 2 years and raising all the money myself to buy the land myself if that's what it takes. There's no hurry there. I've been super patient about that. Uh, but I had a deep conversation with my friend Andrew a few days ago, and he kind of brought this up inside of me. It's something that I just kind of like has been eating away inside of me every day, and it definitely affects who I am as a person, and I haven't been like fully in touch with it. But starting like a few days ago, I've become fully in touch with it, and I miss my cat. My cat misses me. He's living with my mom and little sister. He's doing okay. Uh, he sits around in a little apartment all day. I think he's going blind. He might be getting senile. It's hard for me to know because I don't really get to spend that much time with him. But we've had some good times. We've lived in like seven different houses together. Probably, let's see, when we got him in Green Meadows, in the downstairs apartment. Then we moved to the upstairs apartment. Then we moved to the townhouse across the development. Then we moved to Sellersville. Then we moved to Dublin. Me and my cat. I mean, other people did too because it was like my family, but I'm just thinking about my history with me and my cat. To Dublin, and then to Percy, and then oh, I missed Quakertown before Percy, and and then my mom couldn't take care of him anymore because it was originally my mom's cat. So she dropped him off at my dad's house. So he lived there. And then I moved into my dad's house eventually. And then my dad uh, sold his house and couldn't take care of the cats anymore. So then I took Timothy and Cotton back with me and we moved uh, to Percy with a couple of my friends. And then that house got sold by the landlord. So we moved into my van, and me and my cat lived in my van together. And I cut out a little cat door in the back of the van so he could come in and out whenever he wanted to. And then we went to the Appalachian Trail together, just me and him. Right, the other cat wasn't in the picture yet, Cotton. It was just me and him, and me and him went to the Appalachian Trail. That's 11. We stayed there for a week, but it was like a whole experience. And we just spent all day together. We slept in the tent tonight together. One night, the first night, we didn't even have the time to set the tent up, and it was so cold. And he cuddled up in the underneath the sleeping bag, and we like huddled to each other all night, and it was still too cold, way too cold. Um, but he sleeps with me every night, even when we were sleep like when living with my family. Most of the nights he slept with me under the blankets. All these times we've just been together forever. It's like me and him. And after the Appalachian Trail, we went to Philly and picked up Cotton. And then the three of us lived in a little studio apartment, which sucked. I don't like seeing cats trapped in a little box all day, or more humans for that matter. um, and then we left Philly. I went living on the streets in LA and didn't see my ability to take care of the cats. So I handed them back off to my mom, who's had them for a year or two, a year or so now. And they're in an apartment, trapped in a box. What I don't like about that is, especially when they're getting old and they start getting incontinent and they start pooping and they're in the house, and it's like not okay to poop in the house, just like in a bedroom or something. So then they need to go get put down with chemicals at a strange new place with new people they've never seen before. It's just like a really scary, abrupt end to their life. I don't like that. I want to see my cats and me too and other people living on the land, dying on the land, being happy, being in touch with nature. That's like bringing peace to your being. So you're not like stuck in a little quiet box with electronics and not being in touch with the outside world, and it's like your own little soul cage. Anyway, yeah, so I want the land. I've wanted the land for a couple years. I made the commitment not to stop working until I get the land a couple years ago. I've had a couple of failed business projects. Trucking, as long as I don't wreck my truck, knock on wood, then this is the career for me. I'm happy, I'm content. If my cat wasn't part of the equation, I'll just drive. I'll save up the money, I'll get it on my own, the land. And if that takes me 2 or 3 years, I don't care. Uh, if I can get it sooner from raising funds, that's great. If not, that's great. Except with the cat thing, I don't know how much time he has left. 3 years. I mean, 6 months, 3 months, 2 years, 3 years. I don't know. So, waiting a year or two actually isn't okay with me. If I want to like finish out his life good and be together the way we're used to being together. A lot of the properties, those 11 or 12 I think those 12 properties I listed, half of them were outdoors, so he was able to be outside in nature every day. Um, maybe more than half. That's like his comfort zone. It's my comfort zone. I grew up in the woods, and I've had a really hard time these past like 5 years or so. I've been suicidal a lot. Like not for the past year or two, but like for the 3 years before that, I was really suicidal. And my long extended times alone in nature, whether that's in the Appalachian Trail, the meditation center in Georgia, the mountains in LA, backpacking across Hawaii and Maui, like all those time, living in my car That's like depending on where that is. One time I was parked in a backwoods property with my van, and it's basically when you're living in a car or a van in the middle of the woods. It's like or outdoors. It's kind of like camping. Like you can't really do anything in your car. You just in the morning you have to get up and get out into the open world. So that kind of counts too. Those have all been the best times of my life. It's when I'm like stuck in an apartment. It's like when the demons start getting to me, the TV, the video games, the junk food, the stressful jobs, the loneliness, the disconnection from nature. It builds up and starts to get to me. I don't know about you, but for me it does. And yeah, so that's it. I'm just trying to state my intentions. I'm trying to inform people where my head is at. I do have this eating inside of me. I'm longing for to be with my cat every day. If it wasn't for that, I'd be the happiest I've ever been. Actually, I am the happiest I've ever been. Even with that eating out, eating me from the inside, like I'm still the happiest I've ever been. But it's just like I was I've been patient about getting to the next step and having the property, don't get me wrong. I care about being with my cats so much. I don't care about buying the land. If I can live someplace secure where I know my cat's going to be able to live out the rest of his days in the wilderness and I can sleep outside there with him in like a tent, that's all I want. I don't need to own the land. But I've been working on the land project. I have the website. It's up. It's online, but it's not really presentable or functional yet. It still needs some work. So I'm gonna say give that a week or so, or two, depending on how much free time I have once I get out of the hotel and back to driving 13 hours a day, or being on duty 13 hours a day. Um, like I have the land project. I've been meeting with a couple of what want to say talented individuals, and the three of us have been working together on the logistics and putting together the business plan for this chill in the woods experience, which has been in the works for 2 years since I committed to it 2 years ago, but now it's like really like coming to fruition, and that's all great. And like yeah, like that is possible to use the land to help people kind of like open their minds and free themselves in their lives. Um, Help teach people about getting in touch with themselves, in touch with nature, so they can use those benefits back when they um, rejoin society and live their life with their local community. Um, that is something that can surely be done, and it's something I definitely want to do. But when it comes down to it, I'd give I'd give that up, or not give it up, but like put it on hold to be able to spend time with my cat. If I could go out into a national forest with my cat right now and start a garden and live off of that garden, I would do that. But that's not legal. You can't you can't live in a national forest and start a garden. If that was legal, I would have done that a couple years ago. I would have done that in LA in January 2020 in the Los Padres Mountains, but you're not allowed to do that. So the next step is to buy my own land, which then isn't just my land, it's I'm using it for the organization Chill in the Woods to help people and teach people. But I don't know. I'm thinking about the meditation center. If they would let me take my cat there to the meditation center and I bought like a 10,000 acre plot and my cat could come, and I'd have to do my meditations there and my chores for the facilities, and I had have my cat on premises. and have him be part of the community, that would be dope. I would do that for the rest of his life, whether that's a year, 2 years, 3 years. Put the Chill in the Woods project on hold. Like, I don't know if there's somewhere else I could go. It still seems like buying my own land is the best option, and that's where I want to end up anyway. So it just seems like the best option. But it's just like before there was no urgency, now there's urgency. Like, I don't want to wait. I want to get this going. I'm raising funds. I want to I'll give you more details about the project later. This video is getting kind of long, but basically, we're going to be selling like pre-passes, like pre-bookings to the place, so you can get like enlisted and have vouchers by donating money early to get the funds to buy the land, and you get like a really good discount, like a 50% discount on your stay for buying early. And um, also owners, if you want to be an owner, you can like contribute a bunch of money or like buy a certain amount of acreage that's yours, and you can get entitled to the land and influence over the community, like pretty much a partnership, being like a leader of the community and being involved in decision making, and also having just like extra rights to the land, like to how much you can be on it, the guests you can have, uh, the things you're able to do on the land to like alter it that the guests might not be able to do, like with infrastructure and stuff. But that's a whole other video talking about those details and stuff. I just wanted to catch you up on where I'm at in my heart with my cat. And like, I'm happy in the truck. I'll be happier living on the land. And I was patient, but now I'm not. And I'm trying to make things happen. Have a good day. Is there anything that's been eating you inside? Please share. Are there any goals that you have? Please share. Let's get in touch.